Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a card for you guys today, and today we are asking the question, what message does your pet have to say to you? So yeah, this is basically going to be channeling messages from your pet, and it can be any kind of pet. It could be a dog, cat, bird, fish, reptile, bunny, gerbil, horse, anything, anything and everything, whatever your animal is, whatever your pet is, whatever your fur, feathered, or otherwise family is that lives with you, that you care about and love. You might see in the background there one of my own little family members moving around a bit. There's Shadow, but yeah, sometimes it would be nice to know, like, what they're thinking and how they're feeling and what they would like to say to us. And we don't always understand when they're barking or meowing or whatever it is that they're doing. And sometimes it would just be nice if they could speak human, basically, and we could have a communication exchange. So I figured this would be a fun little topic to do because I know how important our pet family is to us, and it would be nice to just like hear some messages from them. So that's the point of today's reading, you guys. And just a quick little reminder that I am live every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time to do readings with you guys. So if you are interested in getting a reading done, pop on by for one of those. Usually, if I do not wind up making one of those work, like this past Monday, I know that one didn't wind up happening because I had some self-care related stuff I had to deal with. But if there is a cancellation, check me out on Instagram because that is where I will update you guys so you're not just like hanging in the wind there wondering what's going on. But usually it is every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I am also open and available for private readings. So if I resonate with you and I click with you as a reader, and maybe you would like to go into more depth about some stuff that you have questions on, or you just want to keep things confidential and not really discuss it during a live or something like that, feel free to reach out to me for that as well. So all the information you need to know about both lives and private readings should be in the description down below for you. Feel free to reach out anytime about any of those things. I am more than down and available to, talk about stuff with you guys and hang and get to know you and all that fun and good stuff. So yeah, and before I introduce these piles, just a quick little reminder to please give this video a thumbs up, a nice little like. That would definitely be helpful. And feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know about when new videos and when lives happen and all that good stuff. And, share this video and comment on it and all that fun stuff because it really helps me just like engage better with you guys and build this community. And let's help one another out, I guess is what I'm saying. You help me out with, those simple little things which are quick and easy, and it enables me to do even more to help you guys out here in terms of readings and things I can do on this channel and my other social outlets. So anyway, enough jibber jabber on that. Let me go ahead and introduce these piles to you of our different choices. We have 5 different Beanie Babies, and they're all animals. And these are all actually my mom's Beanie Babies, but that's cool because we are asking about our little pet, fur feathered friends and that kind of thing. So I figured these would be the perfect options for our choices. So pile number 1 is a little bear. It's kind of like a little Christmas bear kind of thing. Let me see what their name is. So this one's name is Skis, and they were born February 13th, 2006. So that's who this one is for pile number 1. Pile number 2 is this adorable little Cocker Spaniel, which totally makes sense as to why my mom has this dog, because she used to have a Cocker Spaniel named Ruby. She passed away like going on 4 years ago, but, you know, she loved that dog, and Lady and the Tramp is her all-time favorite Disney movie. And this little Cocker Spaniel's name, let me can I even open this? The thing is like, I don't think I can read this one's name. Okay, it says its name is Frolics, and it was born July 12th, 2007. The way that they put the tag on, they made it impossible to actually like open it and read it, so I was able to see through a little bit in there. But this one, the Cocker Spaniel, is pile 2. Pile 3 is kind of like another little Christmassy one, but it is a little mouse, a mouse with a little Santa hat here. And this mouse's name is Jingle Mouse. And Jingle Mouse was born on November 28th, 2005. So, you know, if you're maybe someone who has like a mouse or a gerbil or a hamster or a guinea pig or something like that, maybe this is the one for you. Pile number 3. Pile number 6 is for my cat people, which is funny because it has my mom's name on it. It says her name, Arlene. Is this the name, actually the name of the cat? Yeah, the cat's name is Arlene. That's why she has this cat, because that's actually my mom's name. Her name is Arlene. And it doesn't say anything about a birth date. Oh, it's from Garfield the movie. I didn't even realize that. This is from Garfield the movie. It says, something to snack on. Arlene joined the Garfield comic strip family on December 17th, 1980. So maybe we can call that Arlene's birthday. I don't know. But this is Arlene, the kitty cat, for pile number 4. That's so funny. Which reminds me, have you guys seen the... I'm sure you guys had to have by now because it's been all over the internet. Have you seen that crazy video about the lawyer who had a cat filter on Zoom for a court date that he was supposed to do over Zoom? That was absolutely hilarious. I'm here live. I'm not a cat. And pile number 5 is this like collie Shetland sheepdog kind of dog, which is another dog that we used to have as a family pet when I was like 10. We had a Shetland sheepdog, and her name was Mandy, so I know that's why my mom has this one. I'm sorry if you hear the jingling in the background. That would be my phone. It's just going off. People texting in my Disneyland chat. But anyways, this one's name is Cassie, and Cassie was born July 12th of 2000. So that one is pile 5. So go ahead and pick the Beanie Baby or the number or the timestamp, whatever it is that resonates best for you guys. And we're going to dive in here and find out what your pet would like to say to you, what messages they have to deliver to you. And we're going to get started here with pile number 1. And timestamps are down below. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this cute, adorable little teddy bear named Skis, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your pet would like to say to you, what messages they have to offer at this time right now. And the sun is kind of shining in on a weird angle. It's getting later in the day and the sun is getting low, so it looks a little crazy right now, but that's okay. All right, we're going to start off with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and you guys got the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So right off the bat, you guys, I see you guys have the King and Queen of Swords. And, you know, swords usually symbolize thoughts and ideas, that kind of thing. Sometimes it can be interpreted as like the Ice King or the Ice Queen, depending on the context of the question and, you know, what's going on in the situation. Simply because sometimes the King of Swords or the King or the Queen of Swords, King or King of Swords, can be kind of cold or standoffish, usually because they've been hurt in the past. But I'm not getting that vibe from, this particular group with this particular type of question, because I feel like your pet very much so loves you, and they're not like the Ice King or the Ice Queen. But I feel like for some of you, you may have like more than one animal where it's like male and female, where they're kind of like a team together, kind of like the king and queen here. So maybe you have like a boy and a girl dog, or a boy and a girl cat, or two fish, or something like there seems to be like a pair of some sort here. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be the same species. It could be like a boy dog and a girl cat or something like that. But either way, it's like a team basically. But I feel like if you are dealing with two animals here, then I feel like they both have like just like a lot of crazy thoughts and a lot of crazy ideas. It's almost like I'm kind of getting the image here of like that movie Secret Life of Pets. It's like when you're not there, when you're out for the day at work or at school or running errands or whatever it is that you're doing, your pets have like all these ideas of all these things that they're doing. They're constantly moving. They got lots of things going on in their minds. And like, I feel like sometimes you can even see it when you look at them. Like you can see the wheels churning in your pets' heads, but it's just like they're big on thinking and ideas and brainstorming and that kind of thing. So I definitely feel like we got a lot of that going on. And the Ace of Swords confirms that, because the Ace of Swords is usually about a fresh new idea. It's, the Ace of anything is usually about like a new beginning of some sort. But once again, since we're dealing with swords here, which is going back into that whole concept of thoughts and ideas and that kind of thing, I feel like your pet or pets have just like tons of ideas that you can see their little brains ticking, that you can see them like working and moving in their minds like all the time. And it's like, you could come home and maybe things will be a little bit messier than how you left them originally, and you'll be like, what did you do while I was gone? What was going on here? Kind of a thing. But I feel like they always are filled with new ideas, new things going on in their heads. And even if you don't have two animals, for example, this simply could be like their own personal feminine and masculine aspects on the inside, if we're just talking about one animal by themselves. But either way, this is an animal that is a thinker. They have a lot going on in their minds. And we also have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is passionate and fiery, and, just kind of takes action in swiftly and quickly. If you look at the unicorn's mane and tail, it's flowing in the wind there. It's not sitting still. So this is someone who takes action swiftly and quickly. So I feel like after your animal comes up with whatever ideas are ticking and going on in their heads, they take action and they just, boom, they move on it. They get swept up in the passion of their idea. It's kind of like let's say you put a toy somewhere up high that they're not supposed to get to, and you leave, and then they have this bright idea how to get to that toy. And once they figure that out, they take action towards it, and they're not going to stop. They are passionate and they are persistent, getting towards their goal, getting towards whatever it is that is here that's been on their mind. So I definitely feel like they do that. So you may have a little bit of a troublemaker on your hands. Not in like a negative way or anything like that, but just in a way that, they are an animal who knows what they want, and they have lots of ideas about it, and they go for it. They do it. They do their thing, for sure. We also have a few cards here from the Ice Cream Oracle, and you guys got Lemon, Clean, Detoxify, Release, Banana Walnut, Cracking Codes, Learning and Observing, and avocado, self-care, beauty, and healing. So right off the bat, like as soon as I see these cards in conjunction to like all the thinking activity going on here, I feel like for some of you guys, we're definitely dealing with a cat for a couple of reasons. Number one, we have clean, detoxify, and release. And, cats are very clean animals. They like preen, that's like a bird. Could be a bird too, who knows? But they lick themselves constantly. They're constantly giving themselves like a little bath. They're clean about stuff and everything. I feel like they're more clean than dogs. I've definitely lived with dogs all my life. I don't think I've ever seen a dog like be clean on purpose. They do lick themselves, obviously, but that's about it. I feel like when it comes down to cleanliness, but I'm getting more of a cat vibe from that than anything else. And same with self-care. Cats, they do kind of put themselves first. Um, it's kind of like if you were to look at like the cat versus dog situation, when a dog greets you when you come home, they're all excited because they see you as the one in charge in the household. And they're just like, oh, yay, my human is home, my human is home. I'll do anything I can to please them. And then when a cat is in the picture, it's like you come home and they're just like, oh, well, I'm the master, not them. They're not the master. I am. So finally, they're home, so they can take care of me. So I feel like the cat definitely, like, makes sure that they're taking care of themselves. If it's a cat, I mean, it could be a dog too. It could be something else, but I'm definitely picking up kind of like a cat thing here. And then with cracking codes, learning, and observing, I feel like that just kind of plays into everything that we got up here with all that thinking. Somebody who is, cracking codes, learning, observing, even if you're looking at it from the human perspective, when I think of cracking codes, I think of like getting on the computer and like literally coding, like creating websites and that kind of thing. And I realize that your animal probably isn't coding websites. If your animal is coding websites, then I don't even know why you're listening to this reading right now, because you need to go out there and like make some serious money off of that, because that's absolutely unheard of and a total miracle. But I feel like, they're like the human equivalent of somebody who is like that. Like you're dealing with an animal here that's very smart, highly intelligent, basically. And one of the reasons they're highly intelligent is because they are big on observing. So it's like, even if you're not watching them, they're definitely watching you, and they're watching everything going on around them. They're highly observant, and that's what makes them very smart. And that's what also fuels a lot of the ideas that they have going on in their heads. So you're dealing with a very smart animal here. You cannot pull the wool over their eyes, basically, is what it comes down to. And then we have some cards here from the Divine Dog of Wisdom, since we are dealing with, animals here. And we have passion, do what you love. So it's pretty obvious you're dealing with an animal here who does do what they love, that they are very passionate. We had the Knight of Wands come out here, which is, them taking action, charging forward, basically doing what it is that they want to do based off of their ideas and their thoughts and everything. So they are very passionate about things, a lot of different things. I feel like they definitely take that brain power and they run with it. But you also have an animal here who's very playful, because we also have playfulness just for fun. So even though you're dealing with an animal that is highly intelligent, it may sometimes get a little mischievous because of that. You may be dealing with that at times, but that doesn't mean that they're not playful, that they don't like to have fun, that, they don't have like that warm and kind of vulnerable side to them, because they definitely do. So they do enjoy playing with you, however your playtime together looks, whether it's a dog playing fetch or a cat and you're like, dangling one of those feather toys in front of it or something. They definitely enjoy those times that they play with you. It's always enjoyable for them. And we have breakthrough, be bold. So you're also dealing with an animal that is not afraid. An animal that is not afraid to take action and be them, which makes sense here because, you know, we do have a lot of passion that is coming through here. You know, I feel like their passion keeps them very bold. And like I said, they have a lot of ideas. They're highly intelligent. And because of that, they're not afraid to step out and get into trouble. And they may literally get themselves into trouble in a situation like this dog. They may have a bright idea. Sometimes the bright idea may not always go as planned, and it may backfire, and they may wind up with their head stuck through a fence, kind of like this dog, but that doesn't stop them. They definitely will do whatever it is that they need to do. Like I said, you guys may come home at some point and find something missing or something out of place, and you know someone was having a fun time while you were gone. They may have even been a little playful in the absence of your presence doing what they do. We also have clarity right under your nose. So I feel like this is kind of saying, you guys, like, look right under your nose as to what they're doing, because like I said, this animal that you're dealing with, they are so smart. They are so intelligent. They're almost like sneaky about it. So, you know, if you have like a sock or something that's been missing for weeks, it's probably right under your nose. Like, whatever it is that they're doing, like, they're so smart. It's like they can get away with whatever it is that they're doing right in front of your face. So I feel like this is definitely going to make sense for somebody. Like, whoever it is that this pile is resonating for, you're probably having a good laugh right now. But most importantly, your pet is your best friend. Companionship through thick and thin. So, you know, they may be full of bright ideas. They may cause some trouble at times. They may, you know, get a little crazy here and there. But at the end of the day, they love you through and through. You are their number one for them. They will always be there for you. And I feel like that this card here is their way of saying thank you. Thank you for being there for them. Thank you for being there in terms of being there for them through thick and thin, through the ups and downs as well. So, you know, this is a pet that truly treasures their relationship and their connection that they have with you, and they love you very, 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 very much. Finally, you guys, I have a little card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And, you know, this may involve your animal, it may not, but it's just a nice little way to kind of wrap up the reading here and give you guys just a quick little message that may be of assistance to help you out through the rest of your day, throughout the rest of your week, throughout whatever it is that you're doing right now. And you guys have: heal the sick that are therein, and say unto them, the kingdom of God is come nigh unto you. Luke 10:9. So I feel like this is a card that's basically about a lot of healing energy. So even in conjunction to your animal here that we're talking about, I feel like your pet brings so much love and joy into your life. It is a healing energy for you, that having your pet in your life has done wonders for you, and it's been a blessing for you, and they definitely bring healing and joy into your life. So that's such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful reading for you guys, dealing with your pets. I'm so excited I've been able to do this reading for you guys today. I just thought it would be something super fun and unique to do. So anyways, if this message did not flow, of course just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys, even if it's just through a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know when I'm going live, because every time I go live, you'll get that little notification, ding, 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 that I'm live, and you can join in and participate with me for a reading. So yeah, And like I said, you guys, I'm open and available for private readings as well. So hit me up if you're interested in any of that. Information for all that stuff is down below. And I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by and hang out here with me for a little bit today. I send lots of love to you and all of your animals. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this cute little Cocker Spaniel beanie baby named Frolics, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your pet would like to say to you, what messages they have. So this is going to be so much fun, such a different and unique reading, but I figured it would be cool to do. So we're going to start off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and you guys got the World, the Hierophant, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Wow. Okay, so this is one I was not expecting to come through, but I feel like it's going to make sense for somebody. So I feel like for some of you guys who have come here asking this question, that you're not asking about an animal that is currently here right now. That you guys are actually asking about an animal that has probably already passed and crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. And if that's the case, like, that's totally okay. Because, you know, just because an animal is no longer here with us physically, that doesn't mean that we don't still love them or care about them, miss them, remember them, or still, you know, feel them in our hearts, because we definitely do. But I do feel like that is probably going to be for the majority of you. So if you have an animal that is still here on this planet, and that's the one you're asking about, you may want to pick a different pile. But I do feel like for some of you, you're asking about an animal that is no longer with you, and you're just kind of here checking in to see, like, are they okay? And if they're still with you, kind of like as a guardian angel. Now, the reason why I'm picking up on that is we have the Ten of Swords here, and the Ten of Swords usually indicates a painful ending. And I mean, this card is, if you take it quite literally, you know, this unicorn basically really is dead. You know, there's a bunch of swords stabbing it, and it's bleeding everywhere. And this is literally like my least favorite card out of this deck, because I just don't like a dead unicorn. But this is something that is dead. It is something that is not just like ended and finished. It's more than just the death card, because you could have the death card, which signifies an ending as well, but the death card doesn't necessarily indicate a painful ending. This one, you can see with all the swords, this is painful. So I feel like, you know, this is probably a pet that is no longer with you. And understandably, because of all that love, it was very painful when they passed, you know. It left you feeling very lost. And I feel like the Eight of Swords here basically kind of represents where you've been at since this situation, because the Eight of Swords is someone who is kind of trapped in their own mind. They're kind of trapped in their own prison. The Eight of Swords here, you know, we have this unicorn that's all tied up in bandages with its feet and has a blindfold on it, but it could easily get out of those bandages basically and walk right through those swords and carry on, but it's choosing not to. It's choosing to stay stuck in the prison it's put itself in. And I feel like that's kind of what this loss of this beloved pet has been for you. It's kept you in this prison of despair, of hopelessness, basically, like desperately missing this animal. But there is good news, you guys, because you also have the world. And the world is kind of like the circle of life, basically. You know, think about the Lion King in a sense. It's like the circle of life, the different cycles that we have, that we go through in life, you know. we're born, we live, we do whatever it is we're meant to do here, we die. It's so on and so forth. And I feel like this cycle has, completed itself. And your animal is in a new cycle, basically. And now my phone is ringing. Please shut up. Sorry about that, you guys. I just hope this doesn't, ruin the video. I don't think it's going to, because it's also ringing on my iPod, which is what I'm recording on right now. Go away. Go away. Not you. Okay, good. We're still recording. I was like, I can't see if we're still recording. I didn't want to start all over again for you guys, but I don't think I need to. I think we're good. Anyway, so yeah, but I feel like this is basically saying that your pet is in a new cycle of life now. And it's in a new cycle, basically. And this new cycle is where it is beyond this life, being in heaven, that kind of thing. So you don't need to worry about this animal anymore. They're no longer in pain. They're no longer in suffering. They're no longer experiencing whatever it was that caused them to pass in this life. They're on that other side of the rainbow bridge. They're there with you, in a spiritual sense. They're like that little angel looking over you. And the Hierophant is basically our beliefs, our values, our traditions, and that kind of thing. And, I do feel like if you're the kind of person, who believes that there's a heaven, who believes that loved ones are in heaven, who believe that your pets are in heaven, who's familiar with the story of the Rainbow Bridge, then you should know, your pet is with you. They are definitely with you. They're like your own little personal Hierophant, basically, your own little personal angel. I feel like your pet is definitely there with you. And, if this is making sense for you, the person who's watching right now, and you're just like, yeah, I have lost a pet. And you could even have like a new pet or something like that even after this, but you'll know what pet this is if this is you. And, I'm sorry for your loss. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a recent loss. It could be a pet that you lost years ago, but, you still miss this pet, and you still love this pet, and you still think about this pet. So I feel like this pet definitely wants to reach out to you and let you know that they're okay, and that they're with you, and that they love you, and that they had such a wonderful life with you. But let's see what else we have here from the Ice Cream Oracle. We have grape, prophecies, spirits, and magic. Coffee, adrenaline, motivation, activity. And key lime pie, good omens, luck, and blessings. So piggybacking on the fact that I feel like this is an animal that has since passed, we have prophecies, spirits, and magic. And first thing when I saw spirits, I automatically thought of the fact that, this animal is definitely like a spiritual being now. They are a spiritual presence in your life. So they're still there. They're still with you. It's just now they're, with you on a spiritual level. It's no longer on that physical sense of the word, but they are there with you spiritually. You guys have like this beautiful magical connection pretty much that, transcends life and death. And like I said, they're like your little guardian angel. I feel like they're always there with you. They're always looking out for you. Even if you bring new animals into your life and into your home, they're looking out for those animals too, They're your ride or die, even beyond death. We also have adrenaline, motivation, and activity. So I feel like when this animal was here in the physical sense, when they were on this planet, they had a lot of energy. They had a lot of energy. They were very motivated. They may have been like a little hyper and high strung, but they just had like a ton of energy. If this was a dog, I'm sure that they got the case of the zoomies a lot, and they would run around, do like a little doggy 500 kind of thing. So I feel like this was definitely an animal that was very peppy and energetic. And once again, even though they're no longer with you, I feel like they are spiritually, that they are like a little guardian angel on your side. And, they're bringing you good luck. They're bringing you good omens. They're bringing you blessings into your life. They're looking out for you. They got your back. Even if you don't notice it, even if you don't realize it, they're there for you. If you managed to avoid getting into a car accident or something like that, like it was like a close call kind of a thing, that was probably that little pet looking out for you, making sure you were safe. If you got an unexpected raise at work, that was your pet looking out for you, making sure that you're blessed. If you got a good deal on a purchase that nobody else got, some kind of special sale, special deal that was reserved just for you, that was your pet looking out for you. So, there are things that are going on in the unseen here, that your pet is definitely a benefactor there for you and is always speaking up on your behalf and protecting you and taking care of you, even if you don't realize it. But they're definitely there. Like, there's so much love there. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to leave you alone. In a good way, obviously. We also have some cards here from the Divine Dogs of Wisdom, and you guys got cooperation, working together. So I feel like when this pet was here with you guys on this planet, that this was a pet that was always like working with you, that this wasn't a dog or cat or anything that was difficult to deal with or difficult to train or didn't listen. I feel like this was an animal that definitely listened, that was probably pretty easy to train, and definitely worked together with you and worked together in the household and with the family. When I also think of like cooperation and working together, I even think like maybe working breeds. Like if this was a dog, maybe this was a working breed type of dog where, it's just kind of innately in their nature, it's innately in the way that they were designed and wired up in their genetics, that they know that they need to like work together as a group kind of a thing. So I do feel like this was a dog that, or cat, like I said, it could be anything, but I feel like it was definitely an animal that, worked together well within the household and is still doing that, beyond the grave, basically. That's why they're still there, because they still feel that need to be there for you and to be kind of like a part of the team, to be a part of the support that you have there. And we have action, seize the day. We have a dog that has caught a frisbee in its mouth. And I feel like that kind of plays into what came out earlier with adrenaline, motivation, and activity. Once again, implying that whoever this was, whatever animal this was, they probably had a lot of energy, a lot of pep, a lot of sass, a lot of pizzazz. So, once again, I feel like that's just kind of a reiteration of that. We also have accountability, clean up your mess. So once again, kind of piggybacking on cooperation and working well together. I feel like this was, I'm definitely getting dog vibes here for this group. It's funny because the last group I was getting more cat vibes. This one I'm getting more dog vibes. But like I said, it doesn't have to be a dog. I just keep automatically saying dog because that's what I'm feeling right now coming from this group. But it could be any type of animal, like I said. But I feel like this is definitely one that, they did take account of their mistakes. Like for example, if this was a dog, and let's say when they were alive or something, they would tear into the garbage can when you were gone, that they made like a big mess. I feel like they genuinely would feel bad about that. And if you came home and you scolded them, they'd put their ears back and their tail between their legs, and they would just be like, I'm so sorry, I'm never gonna do it again, kind of a thing. So I feel like this was definitely an animal that, knew when it did wrong and knew when it did right, and definitely like understood these things about itself and about what needed to be done in order to, make things right. And these next two cards that I have for you guys, I feel like are kind of like where things are at right now. We have rest, take a time out. So, like I said, I do feel like we're probably dealing with an animal that has since passed. So, I feel like this is basically a message telling you guys not to worry, that they are at peace, that they are at rest, that, like whatever it was that happened, maybe it was a dog that got hit by a car, maybe it was a cat that had cancer, whatever it was that happened to them, where they were in maybe some kind of horrific pain and agony before they died. They're no longer in that pain. They're no longer experiencing that. They are at rest. They are at peace. They are fine. And they want you to be at rest too. They don't want you to be anguishing over them and the fact that they're no longer there with you. I feel like if you haven't given your love to a new pet yet, I feel like they would like you to share that love, to continue the love that you gave to them and share it with another animal. And that, even if you have basically live your life and enjoy your life, because they want you to be happy. They want you to, not sit around and mourn and be sad for them for the rest of your life, because they're not sad. They're okay. They're doing fine. So I feel like they want you to be happy and know that they're doing okay too. And then we also have wild dog, answer the call. So I feel like your pet up in heaven basically not only is at rest, but they are able to be wild and free, footloose and fancy free basically. And, they have no restrictions on them. If you had a dog that, maybe was confined to a certain amount of space in a backyard or something like that, they no longer have that anymore. They have huge rolling hills and sprawling meadows and all the other kind of stuff to just run and play and be free. And that they're doing okay, that they have the proper amount of rest, and they have the proper amount of getting that action and adrenaline out in them to feel wild and crazy and free. And they are happy. They are doing well. They are doing well from the other side, and they're right there with you as a guardian angel, taking care of you and being there for you. And it's just a temporary thing right now. It's never goodbye. It's just see you later, because they will be there for you one day when it's your time. They will meet you there and they will be there for you. So I really feel like that's important, that some of you guys need to hear that, because I can feel the pain of the separation between you and this precious little animal that you guys have. That you guys miss each other so incredibly much. There's so much love in this connection. I also have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And we'll see if there's anything that needs to be said dealing with this situation. We have knock and it shall be opened unto you, Matthew 7:7. So I feel like this is basically just a reminder, you guys, to never stop seeking opportunities, and never stop seeking what it is that you want and what you desire. And, with knock and it shall be opened unto you, I feel like this is basically saying, if you haven't sought the opportunity to make your house a home for another animal again, seek out that opportunity, because there are more animals that need your love and need your care. And I feel like your animal is basically giving you permission to do this. Open up your home again. Seek out another beautiful animal to let into your life and be a part of your home and be a part of your family. So I feel like that's basically what that card is saying. So hopefully this message made sense and resonated for you. If it didn't flow, that's okay. Just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just through a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know when I'm going live, because whenever I go live, you'll get that little notification that goes ding, ding, ding. Hey, guess what? I'm live. And then you can join in and participate and get a reading done as well when I'm live. And yeah, so just a lot of love here between you and your animal, and I definitely feel it. I understand it, you guys. I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by and hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this adorable little mouse beanie baby named Jingle Mouse, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your pet has to say to you. Little messages from your pet. Okay, we're going to start off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. And you guys got the Eight of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. All right, so what I'm getting here so far for you guys is I feel like you definitely have an animal here who likes to take action about things, because that's basically what the Eight of Wands is all about. The Eight of Wands is definitely a card of action. It's about taking action, forward movement. So I feel like you have an animal that definitely likes to take action, whether it's towards food or toys or, you know, just like running around, whatever it is they're doing, they like to take action. And it's kind of funny because the Three of Wands is about waiting for our ships to come in, which would basically be like, you know, you have this unicorn here standing on the edge of the water, looking out towards, you know, this lake or ocean or whatever, and there is a ship all the way out here, and it's waiting for this ship to come in. It's waiting for it. So it's kind of funny, like, for some of you guys, maybe this is like a dog, because it could be like the dog takes action. Like this could basically literally be like playing fetch or frisbee or something like that, where it's like, you know, you throw the ball or the frisbee or whatever, and they take action, they go towards it, they go after it, you know, they go after the toy, the thing, and then as they're doing that, you're standing here basically waiting for them to retrieve it, waiting for them to come back with whatever this thing is. Maybe we're dealing with a retriever of some sort here, who knows? But yeah, I feel like, you know, these two cards together are almost kind of like an exchange here of like, you know, the dog going after the toy and then you waiting for them to catch it and bring it back to you. So like, that's so funny. And that may not necessarily make any sense if you're dealing with like a cat or a fish or something like that, but it's definitely kind of like a dog thing that I'm picking up here with that, which is funny. And even if you do have something else that wouldn't be like a dog that would do that, maybe there's some game that you guys play that's kind of similar to that effect, where it's kind of like a playing fetch, playing catch kind of a thing. But I'm definitely picking up on that. The Two of Pentacles can be about juggling different things. It can be about, you know, like two different choices, two different options that you're trying to juggle between. So I feel like this could almost imply that you may have more than one animal that you're juggling back and forth between, that you could have several different animals, just kind of like more than one in general. Just two or more basically, and it could be like of all different kinds of species. It doesn't have to be like all dogs or all cats or all this or all that. It could be a mixture of stuff, but it's kind of just about like balancing it all. So I feel like maybe you're someone who may be balancing a little bit of a zoo inside of your house. You may have several different animals that you're dealing with, and with the Eight of Cups, which kind of explains here, like the, going back and forth, playing fetch and then kind of waiting thing. It just seems like there's a lot going on. Like there's just a lot of busyness in general. And with the Eight of Cups is about like taking a new direction. So I feel like, maybe your animal or animals, it could be more than one kind of piping in here, is almost kind of saying like maybe there needs to be like a new direction that needs to be dealt with here, just in terms of like handling everything, because it seems like there's just a lot going on, that there's a lot to juggle, that there's a lot to kind of balance and sort out here. So I'm not saying that like any animals feel neglected or like, one is loved more than the others or whatever, but I feel like, if there's any chaos that's kind of happening in your life right now, even if it has nothing to do with your pets or nothing to do with your animals, I feel like they can pick up on that. They can pick up on that stress and they can pick up on that anxiety. And I feel like they're trying to tell you that there's like a new course of action that needs to be made here, that there's like a new direction, a new path that needs to be taken, because whatever has been going on, it hasn't really been working. It hasn't been for like the best benefit for you or for them. So I feel like that's kind of what they're saying there. They're just looking out for you is what it comes down to here. We also have a few cards here from the Ice Cream Oracle, and you guys have Pistachio, Emotional Healing, Independence, and Responsibility. Candy Loaded, Social Gatherings, Celebration, Special Events. And Fig, Abundance, Fertility, and Expansion. So starting with Pistachio, Emotional Healing, Independence, and Responsibilities, like I was saying with the whole juggling thing, you guys, I feel like your animal or animals sense that there's just like a lot of chaos, a lot of busyness kind of happening around you right now, just in life in general. It could be tied to like a lot of things going on even in the world right now, dealing with the pandemic and everything being flipped upside down. But I feel like your animal can kind of sense that you may be out of sorts a little bit. But I feel like, their presence in their life definitely brings you emotional healing. And, with independence and responsibility, I feel like they're just kind of driving the point home that, like I said, a new course needs to be charted. A new path needs to be taken, because that's the responsible thing to do. That's the best thing to do to make things better for yourself and for them. So I feel like they're just kind of, looking out for you. Like they just feel protective. Like they just want you to live your best life and be your best. Animals are very self-sacrificing. Animals have a lot of unconditional love. They put others before themselves. And I feel like that's kind of what they're saying here, is they are putting you before them. And, they want to see you make decisions that are going to be more beneficial, because I feel like they see that, things have been a little upside down, and they can only, snuggle up to you so much and give you like, those precious big eyes of, comfort and everything so much. But they want to see you smile more. They want to see you laugh more. They'll always be there to comfort you and support you, but they want to, have more of those like fun times with you too. They want to see you, get out of any depression or any kind of slump that maybe you've been experiencing lately. Which I feel like is where Candy Loaded comes in here, with social gatherings, celebrations, and special events. They want to have more fun with you again, basically. Like I said, they'll always be there for you. They'll always comfort you. They'll always support you. But I feel like they kind of sense this need for a little bit more balance of fun and good times too. And, I know social gatherings in general is kind of difficult because of the pandemic. So like I said, maybe some of the stress and anxiety you have been under has been tied to this. Maybe it has been tied to the pandemic. And, Animals are like little empaths themselves. They pick up on stuff. They know stuff. And I feel like your pet, like, they know what's going on with you. Even when you don't think anybody knows, they know. They know more than you do. For example, several days ago, we found a finch that was all like huddled up by the door here. And I didn't know that it had salmonella poisoning. My mom didn't know it had salmonella poisoning, but my dog, he was the one who found it. He knew there was something wrong with it because he would not leave this little bird alone. Like, he was all up in its business and everything. And we took it to a wildlife rescue, and physically it looked like it was fine on the outside. It didn't look like there was anything wrong, but it turned out that he died the day after we brought him there. And they said that due to the tests and everything that they did at the wildlife center, that he probably had salmonella poisoning, and that's what ultimately took him. And my dog sensed that. He knew that. He knew that way more than me or my mom did. So that's why I'm saying, like, they know. And even though that happened like a week ago, my dog still goes to the corner of the door and he still looks for that finch because he's like that in tune with things. So that's why I'm saying, your pet, your animal is in tune what's happening with you, even if you don't think they are, even if you don't think anybody is. Your animal knows. They know more than anybody. So they definitely want you to find some of the fun again. And we also have Fig, abundance, fertility, and expansion. And I feel like, your animal is there telling you that they're there for you and that they see that you could have like all this potential for abundance and favor and blessings and living your life even bigger and better than what you're doing right now, than where you're at right now. So, I feel like, that's where kind of like this whole charting a new path comes in, because they want you to do that. They want you to step into the fullness of your potential pretty much, because they see it. They recognize it even more than you do. We also have some cards here from the Divine Dog of Wisdom, since we are talking animals here. And the first one we have is protection. Put up your guard, which, like I said, I feel like we're dealing with a pet here that is very protective of you. They're just looking out for the best of you. They think the world of you. They feel the world of you. So they just want to protect you. They're looking out for you here. They don't want to see you stressed out and anxiety ridden. We also have gratitude, give thanks. So I feel like your animal is very thankful for you, basically. They're thankful that they're in the home that they're in. They're thankful that they have you as their mom or their dad. Like, they're just super, super thankful. They have so much gratitude. That's another thing too. Animals they're way better than humans, basically, because this animal is extremely, extremely thankful. Just to be in your presence and be a part of your life and be in your home. And we have shame, bad dog, no biscuit. So, I don't feel like this card is saying that, you have like a bad dog or a bad cat or anything like that. But I do feel like, I feel like your dog or your cat or whatever it is, like, I feel like they're so incredibly empathetic that it's like, when things are bad, like, they feel it. Like, they feel shame. They feel when things go wrong. Like, look at how upset this little pug is in this picture. Like, they feel it. They feel when things are off. And that's why they want you guys to kind of like find this new path here. Take another route. Stop juggling so many different things. And, be able to find the fun again here, basically. So I feel like you're definitely dealing with this definite empath of a creature, that's for sure, because they feel it all. And you're also dealing with an animal that is always listening pay close attention. So, like I said, even when you guys don't notice it and don't realize it, even if you think that nobody's listening to you, that no one's paying attention, that no one sees you, no one hears you, no one understands how you feel, look to your pet, because they do. They know and they see and they hear more than anybody else. So, just look into your pet's eyes. They really do. They know it all. They are there for you. So don't second guess that. If you ever feel like you're completely alone and nobody gets you, they get you. And I understand, because I have those moments myself too, you guys, where I'll feel completely alone and I'll feel completely isolated. But I know I never am, because right over there, sleeping in that corner, he's always listening. He's always listening to me, and he's always there for me, even when no one else is. So I feel like your animal definitely, desperately wants you to know that they are there for you, and that they see you, and that they hear you. And we have allowing, let it happen. So I feel like, your dog or your cat or whatever it is that we're asking about here, I feel like they're basically like asking you to allow things to just happen and kind of just like go with the flow more, because it seems like whatever stress it is that you've been under and that you've been dealing with, it's definitely been stressful for them. And we can learn so much from animals. We can learn so much about like how to let go of our cares and our worries and our fears and our doubts and our insecurities, because animals just don't think that way. They're just not like that. They're just not wired up to be like that. So kind of take a page out of your pet's book. Be a little bit more carefree. Go with the flow a little bit more. Just let things happen naturally, because, dogs and cats and that kind of stuff, they don't get all wound up with the day in and day out wind and grind of all the different things that are going on. So just kind of go with the flow. Take a note out of your animal's book basically and learn from them, because that's something that I feel like they would definitely like to see you do a little bit more. Finally, we have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant," Matthew 25:21. So if one of the reasons that like you yourself have been stressed out is because maybe you're just like working and working and working and working really hard on yourself, on your life, on your job, on your relationships, on all these different things in your life, don't worry so much. Don't work so hard, because you are already doing amazing. You are doing well. And I feel like not only does God want you to know that, but your animal wants you to know that too. So relax, take it easy, go with the flow. Know that you are already doing amazing. You are already awesome. And, go with the flow. So many more good things are yet to come. You just gotta, take a chill pill and relax so it can come in for you. So that's basically what I see going on for you guys, and the little messages that you had here from your own pet today. So hopefully that made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just through a simple small emoji. It definitely goes a long way. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and also so you guys know when I'm going live, because whenever I go live, you'll get that little ding 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 notification go off, so you can pop on by and join in on a live and get a reading done. So I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by and hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. And I hope you guys do amazing and have like a wonderful day with you and your little pet, and listen to them. They're there for you. So keep sparkling, you guys, and I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, pile 4. If you chose this cute little kitty cat beanie baby named Arlene, just like my mom, which is so crazy, this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your pet wants to say to you, what messages they have. So let's find out. We're going to start out here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. And you guys have the Star, the Ace of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Wow. Okay. So we have a very interesting mixture of things going on here. Okay, so starting off here with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is usually about conflict, actually. It's about conflict and kind of like arguments and tension and things just not going so well. So maybe there's some conflict going on in your life right now. Maybe there's some conflict going on around your pet right now. But there's some kind of conflict that's definitely affecting your pet. It doesn't necessarily have to be directly at them or towards them or involve them. But you guys got to remember that animals are sensitive and they pick up on things and they know things. And even things that are happening externally outside of them, if there's strife within the household, they'll know it. They'll recognize it. It will affect them. So they may be feeling some kind of conflict that could be going on around them right now in the house, around you right now in the house. Some kind of conflict is going on that's affecting them. And I feel like whatever that conflict is, it's got them in like this Nine of Swords kind of energy, because the Nine of Swords is about anxiety. It's about sleepless nights. It's just about not doing so well. And if there's a lot of conflict around somebody and they aren't able to handle it so well, that they're not able to get a firm grasp on it, it can definitely put them into that type of mode where there's just like a lot of anxiety. So you could be dealing with a pet that could be dealing with anxiety. And, pets deal with anxiety just like people do. They even have like CBD treats for dogs and stuff nowadays because pets can get anxiety, like a lot of pets don't like going to the vet, for example. They can find that to be a time of conflict that can bring a lot of anxiety and stress to them. So that doesn't mean that they necessarily have to be feeling this all the time, but there may be like trigger points for this pet in particular, or certain things that may put them in that kind of anxiety that they just want to tell you about, that they want to warn you about. It could just be something as simple as, hey, I don't like going to the vet. It's a time of conflict for me that brings me anxiety. They could be saying that. Maybe they don't like going to the groomers. Maybe they don't like another pet that they live with. They're just trying to tell you here that there's something that is stressing them out. It doesn't even have to be anything major, like I said, but there's definitely something that is bringing them a little bit of stress. However, we also have the Star here, and the Star is basically like, being this sparkly, beautiful, radiant kind of thing in the sky. It's usually when we see somebody as, being like a star, almost like being like a celebrity or a superstar, or putting someone on a pedestal. And I feel like that's how your pet sees you. They see you as this beautiful, radiant, wonderful star in their life. You're like their god. They basically worship you. They worship the ground that you walk on. They would do anything for you. They see you as this wonderful, beautiful, sparkling, radiant star in their life, basically. And I feel like that the love that they have for you and seeing you in this very high and lofty type of way, that they're very passionate about that they're just very passionate about you and the life that they have about you. And, you know, they're very compassionate animals at the same time too. So I definitely am feeling that kind of vibe. So I feel like this group is kind of like we got some pets here that are big feelers. You know, they're big feelers on anxiety and conflict, but they're big feelers when it comes to like love and passion and, you know, holding you in like very high regards. So we got some feelers going on here. We also have some cards here from the Ice Cream Oracle, and you guys got Cherry Vanilla, Love, Passion, and Relationships. What was I literally just talking about, you guys? I was talking about passion here and how they have like a lot of love for you and they hold you in high regards. You know, I'm not saying your pet is in love with you or anything like that, like not in a romantic way or anything. No, that'd be weird and that'd be creepy. But I do feel like, you know, like your pet is just like very attached to you. Actually, their attachment to you here may be part of what brings on some conflict and anxiety. You could have a pet that actually suffers from separation anxiety because they do hold you up in such high regard and think you're so wonderful and so amazing, and they have so much passion for you. They have so much love for you. You know, you are like their everything. You are like their oxygen, basically. They could suffer from a lot of separation anxiety. So it's like, you know, if you leave the house and have to go out for a while, you know, if you're dealing with a dog, for example, they may bark a lot when you're not there. You know, that's actually something I have recently learned about my own dog since I've been spending time in Chicago, is every time I leave to go out and do things on my own, he stays here and he barks his head off the entire time I'm gone. And when I've been in LA, I haven't known that because he's there by himself. But he's been with my mom, so my mom has been able to report back to me, hey, this is what your dog has done while you've been gone. So, you know, he has a certain level of separation anxiety, and it looks different for everybody. You know, for him, he just barks a lot. For other animals, that may mean that they have like an accident or something like that inside the house. But for some of you guys, I feel like you're definitely dealing with an animal that has separation anxiety because they just love you so much. It's like they don't know how to function without you, kind of a thing. You guys also have astral travel, visions, and visitations. So I feel like in those moments when you guys are gone, like your animal would love to astral travel and be there with you. Like they don't want to be where they're at because of that separation anxiety. They want to go with you, even if it's just astrally, which is really kind of funny. And then we have attraction, intrigue, and sensuality. And like I said, this is not like a romantic thing or anything like that because we are talking about your animal here. But I feel like it's kind of like this romantic kind of sentiment between you and your animal. Not that the love is romantic, but it's like it's so strong. It's just like this beautiful love story in itself. A different type of love story, you know? Like, you know, whenever you adopted this animal and you brought it home, and it was like, for this animal, it was like that happily ever after, that fairy tale ending. You know, maybe they went from rags to riches or something like that. But because of that, it is just like you are their world. You are heaven and earth to them. You know, you mean everything to them. It's like they don't know how to function without you. You know, they're like a fifth appendage to you pretty much. So it's like this beautiful whole other different type of love story between you and your pet. That the bond is just like that strong and that amazing. We also have some cards here from the Divine Dog of Wisdom. And you guys got guilt. Turn off the alarm. So with guilt, turn off the alarm. I feel like this is, you know, basically saying that it's like almost like when you guys are separated here from your animal, it's like you guys are the one who feels guilty being away from your animal, because you know that it's a time of conflict for them. You know that it puts them into anxiety and it stresses them out. So I feel like there's definitely guilt on your end about this separation anxiety. And yeah, so I definitely feel like there's a little bit of guilt, mainly on your end. I don't feel like the guilt is coming from them, but I feel like the guilt might be from you guys. Like, when you are away, it just may be, like, difficult for you, too. So it's like, in a sense, the separation anxiety, it's twofold. It goes on, like, both ways, pretty much. And you guys also have humility, bow down. So I do feel like you have an animal here who is very humble. And I feel like they're humble because they are just so incredibly grateful for being with you. Like I said, we may be dealing with an animal that went from like rags to riches. You know, maybe they were in an abusive home before they were in yours. Maybe they were on the streets before they had a comfy and warm bed with you. This could look like a lot of different things, but regardless, I feel like living with you and being in your home has been a major upgrade for them, and that they're never going to forget that, and they're always going to be thankful for that. So it has made them very, very humble. They do know that they have it good. They do acknowledge that. And you guys also have integrity, presenting on all presenting an altogether you. So I do feel like between you and your pet, you guys are just like brutally transparent with one another. You're brutally honest. I mean, it's just like, you know, there is no illusions. There are no false pretenses. There's nothing like that. Like, you see your pet for who they are. They see you for who you are, and there's 110% total acceptance between one another, which I think is, you know, it's a beautiful thing, because that makes the love very real, and that makes the love very genuine and unconditional. But at the same time, I can see how this kind of fuels on that separation anxiety, because you guys do see so well into one another's souls. In a sense, it's like you guys both know nobody else is going to get one another aside from the two of you, because you guys are that transparent and you guys are that honest with one another. So yeah, so it's understandable why there may be separation anxiety, because and it's really funny because I say it all the time when it comes to like codependency. The only relationship I have in my life that I'm 100% codependent on, and I am unashamedly codependent on, and I have no problems admitting that, and I don't even really care to change it at all, is my codependent relationship between me and my dog. And yeah, you guys may be the same way. You may be just like, yeah, we are totally codependent on one another, and it's like you guys almost kind of like wear it as a badge of pride in a sense, because you guys truly like can just see through one another and have that much integrity towards one another. And maybe other people don't get the connection between you and your animal, but that's totally okay, because it doesn't matter. It's between you and your animal. And then we have significance. You be you. So because you guys have that integrity between one another, because you guys are completely transparent between each other, I feel like you guys each feel free to be yourselves. You know, like I said, that there's no reason to have to put on any kind of false pretense. And I mean, it's really hard for me to understand why anyone would want to fake it around their animal as is, because, you know, animals are very empathetic and unconditional with their love and kind of just see through stuff anyways. So I don't know why anyone wouldn't be transparent with them. But I feel like this is just kind of signifying even more so and even stronger for you guys that, you know, between you and your animal, you guys have no problems just being yourselves with one another and, you know, having that kind of integrity and love between each other. Most importantly, your pet is content in their life with you. They are satisfied. They are happy. They have found so much joy living with you. I feel like we're dealing with an animal that's extremely thankful that they have you as their mom or their dad. And yeah, you just make them feel content. You make them feel happy. You make them feel whole. You make them feel good and safe and protected in their lives, which is a beautiful thing for sure. And finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, Shadow, would you stop? And as I say that, he starts like licking his crotch. Now is not the time for that, not on camera. Would you please put your leg down? Not everyone wants to see that in the background. Speaking of pets and doing weird things, anyways, from Loving Words from Jesus, I'll just like block out him licking his pee-pee. Yeah. Because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got... Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Matthew 5:9. So you may be somebody who is kind of like a mediator in life. You may be someone who doesn't like to see things in strife and in turmoil. And you may be somebody who just likes to try and keep the peace between people, kind of like a Libra or something. I'm a Libra, we don't want all that conflict and everything. So that may be saying that, and it may be saying that about your animal too, for that matter. So that's basically what I see going on for you guys. And now Shadow has moved on from licking his privates to licking his paw, which is totally fine. Anyway, hopefully this message resonated and made sense for you guys. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just through a simple, small emoji. Doesn't matter. It simply goes a long way regardless. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know whenever it is I'm going live, because every time I go live, you guys will get that little ding 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 notification, and then you guys can hop on in and be a part of it and get a reading done from me, which would be super cool. And yeah, so I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by and hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing day and have a wonderful time between you and your little pet, your little loved one. That's always awesome. So keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 5. If you chose this cute little collie, Sheltie kind of beanie baby named Cassie, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your pet wants to say to you. Any little messages here from your pet? All right. So we're going to start off with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. And you guys got the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. All right. Interesting. So, right off the bat, I feel like your pet definitely looks at you as someone who's pretty freaking cool and awesome, because we have the Empress and we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Empress is somebody who is basically the embodiment of all the queens. The Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Swords, all of them together. So I feel like your pet definitely views you as like the queen of the world, pretty much. Like somebody who is just like in charge, like they are in awe of you, but not like you're some kind of like horrible queen or anything like that, but as somebody who like rules justly and fairly with lots of love, basically. And also with the emphasis here on the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is financially together, financially strong, because, Pentacles are all about money pretty much. But it's also a very grounding, earthy kind of energy. So the Queen of Pentacles is, grounded. She's secure. She's safe. She's stable. She's reliable. She's very much so like this mothering kind of figure. So I feel like your pet definitely sees you as like their mom, basically. Like they know they can count on you. They know that you're going to be there to provide for them, to protect them. They see you as someone who's stable. They see you as someone who is secure. They see you as home, basically. So they see you in this amazing and beautiful light between this Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. So they definitely hold you in high regards. And it's funny because we also have the Ten of Wands here, and the Ten of Wands can be about burdens. It can be about holding on to a lot of burdens and struggling with them and everything. So, you, the person who's watching, you may not necessarily see yourself as an Empress or a Queen of Pentacles. You may see yourself as somebody who struggles. You may see yourself as someone who has a lot on their shoulders, someone who has a lot of burdens to carry, but your pet doesn't see that in you. They see you as someone who handles life and who handles things with grace and with beauty and, without like all this extra stress and conflict and anxiety and everything. So you may feel that you're like this. You may feel that you're like, I have so much crap going on. I have all these burdens, blah, 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 blah. But your pet doesn't see that. They see you as someone who handles everything amazingly. They see you as someone who can like walk on water in a sense. And a lot of the times that's just how animals are in general. They see us as like our best versions of ourselves. They see the best versions of ourselves, of our potentials. Even if we don't see it in ourselves, for ourselves, they see it because they have all this unconditional love for us and they have all this empathy, and they just see and believe in the best, like way better than humans do, which is why animals are just better than people, period. We also have the Wheel of Fortune, which can definitely imply things moving into a better position, with things moving into a time of fortune, into a time of blessing, into a time of favor. Where it definitely kind of implies like this wheel, like this circle is like turning and moving into a direction that's going to work for you rather than against you. So, if you are carrying around any burdens and any anxiety and you feel like, oh, nothing is ever going to go my way, I feel like your pet wants to remind you here with this card. And I don't know if someone just knocked on my door or not. I don't know. Hold on one second. I gotta stop this. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. That was funny. There was a knock on my door, but it wasn't my mom. It was actually her dog. Her dog has like this like huge fluffy tail pretty much, and she's constantly wagging it like all the time. And sometimes she will literally like thump it up against things. So she was thumping on the door, and that's what I was hearing. So it was my mom's dog trying to get through on the other side of the door. So I don't know. Maybe she's actually speaking through this pile right now. Who the hell knows? But anyways, I was going to say for you guys here with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like your pet is basically saying to you guys that if you do feel like you have any of these burdens, any anxieties, any things that are just like stressing you out right now, not to be, because I feel like your pet believes in you and they believe in the best for you. And now my dog wants to come over here. Okay, Shadow, can you please like go lay down? Like, all the animals want to get crazy here in the very last pile that I'm doing for you guys. I don't know. Maybe they all want to speak right now through this pile specifically. Who knows? Yeah, lay down, settle. But I feel like they do want to tell you that because they believe in you and they see the best in you, and they may not necessarily understand you have all these burdens weighing on you, but they see that things can move into your favor. Things can move into your direction. Things can move into a way that's going to work for you and go like the way that you want to for you. So I do feel like they want to let you know that things are going to get better, that things are going to improve, that the wheel of fortune is going to move into your direction, that the winds are going to start blowing into a way that is going to be helpful for you and of blessing and favor for you. So I feel like your pet wants you to know that they want to remind you of that, because they see you as someone who's pretty awesome, and they just know things are going to improve. They can see it. They understand it. We also have a few cards here from the Ice Cream Oracle, and you guys have Rocky Road Adventure Preparation and Challenge, Butter Pecan Reason Market Sell, and Spumoni Variety, Opportunity, and Choices. So right off the bat, you guys, with Rocky Road Adventure Preparation and Challenge, I feel like your pet is basically saying they are their ride or die for you. They are there for you no matter what. They are there for you through life's ups and downs, through all the challenges. They're there for you. They're ready to go on an adventure with you, whether it's quite literal and physical, like taking a trip somewhere, or it's just going through the day in and day out stuff of life, the good and the bad. Like, they are there for you. They are down for an adventure. They're down for that. And one of the reasons they're down for that is they are all about the opportunities that are ahead for you. You know, they're cool with variety. They're cool with the spice of life, basically. They probably, I feel like your animal sees even more than you do that you have certain choices that you have to make, that there are decisions that you have to make, but they trust that you're going to make the right decisions, and they trust that the decisions that are made are going to move you into this season of a wheel of fortune where things are going to move in favor in your direction, basically. So I feel like they do want you to know that they see that they're cool with the variety, they're cool with the adventures, they're cool with the opportunities. If anything, they're excited to be a part of that and to be in on that. And with Reason Market Sell, I feel like your animal basically just wants to remind you not to get so much in your head about things, because that's what I think of when I think of reasoning. I think of overthinking things and getting too much into our heads and that kind of stuff. And when we do that, we wind up missing out on opportunities. We wind up not taking adventures that we should take. So don't do that. Don't, sell yourself out of something. Don't reason your way out of something with thoughts. Just kind of roll with it. So I almost feel like your pet want to kind of like steps in here and just like give you some advice and be there for you. It's like, they kind of want to just be like your best friend in a sense and step in and give you that support and give you that encouragement, because they really do believe in things dealing with you. We also have a few cards here from the Divine Dog of Wisdom. And we have Solitude, a time to restore. So, maybe with all these burdens that you have felt going on with you right now, maybe the best way to kind of move from that into moving things into a direction that works in your favor is to take a little bit of a time out and a little bit of rest and solitude, pretty much. But even if you do need to do that, you don't have to do it completely alone. It's like you can still be alone even with your pet being there with you. So they're totally cool with just spending time, just the two of you together. And I feel like they really enjoy that. I feel like they really enjoy alone time that they do get with you. Especially if maybe you live with other people, or there are even like other pets involved, or they're just like other connections and other relationships that are involved, between you and your pet. I feel like they really treasure and they really enjoy alone time and solitude that they do get with you, even if it's just like the two of you sitting on a bench somewhere outside taking in nature. Like, I feel like they just love that. They thrive in that. They they really relish that, and they take those moments in with you. We also have loneliness, longing to belong. So, it's kind of funny because we were just talking about solitude. So maybe for you, the person who's watching, maybe there are times where you kind of feel like this, and you kind of feel like, well, maybe, a little bit too much solitude isn't good, because then you wind up feeling lonely and you wind up feeling alone. Or even if you are around a lot of people, maybe you wind up feeling lonely and alone. But I feel like your pet wants to remind you that you are never alone, and that you never have to feel lonely, because they're always there for you, and they're always going to be that companion, and they're always going to be loyal to you, and they're always going to be by your side no matter what happens in life. So they are always there for you. They're down for those adventures with you pretty much. And we also have boredom. Time to sit and stay. I almost kind of get like pandemic vibes coming from this one, because I feel like a lot of people have kind of been in this place of boredom because everyone is being forced to sit and stay. And we've been forced to sit and stay like this for like nearly a year now, being in the pandemic. So, that could kind of be how you're feeling. And, especially if you add that into, spending a lot of time in solitude and feeling lonely and feeling isolated, which, like I said, are all things that people have been feeling dealing with this pandemic. That could just be simply reflective of that and bringing on a lot of that boredom. But I feel like your pet may recognize you going through those different things. And, your pet doesn't want you to be bored. Your pet is there to help bring the fun for you. Your pet is there to help bring in some of that adventure, find some variety, find some opportunities to experience together. So you can never be too terribly bored with an animal around. I mean, here I am trying to do like this pick a card for you guys, and I get interrupted thinking someone's knocking at the door, and it's my mom's dog's tail that's knocking at the door. So, there's never a dull moment. And just remember that if you have a pet that is amazing and awesome and thinks the world of you, there is never a dull moment. They don't want you to be bored. If you do have to sit and stay, try to do it in a way where you are finding restoration, restoring your soul, having a little bit of solitude and quiet time, at least with your pet. Try not to get too lonely or bored within the middle of it, though, because it's temporary. It'll pass. This whole situation with like the pandemic will definitely pass. But I feel like your pet also wants to remind you to find your own self-worth. Love what you see, because I feel like your pet does love what they see. They love you. They love what they see in you. They love you inside out. They love every part of you. I feel like we're looking at a pet here who sees your self-worth and your value as in such high regards and in such high self-esteem, like even higher than you do. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, you guys, your pet sees you as the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. Those are pretty lofty positions. Those are very high and lofty positions. So I feel like that's how your pet sees you. You may not necessarily see yourself that way. And I feel like your pet is trying to express to you through this message to see yourself the way that your pet sees you, to love yourself the way that your pet sees you, because they basically think you're awesome sauce. They think that, you are amazing, that nothing else compares to you. Now, I'm not saying, be full of yourself and be like, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast or something. I'm not saying that. Don't become like conceited, but pick yourself up a little bit here by the bootstraps and, see yourself with that kind of love that your pet clearly sees you with. And if you do, you're going to find that sense of belonging. You will find your pack, whether it's with people or animals. But I do feel like that your animal, your pet, dog, cat, bird, fish, whatever it is, that they already feel like they belong with you, that they feel like they have family with you, that they're in the right place with you, that they just feel like they belong. You know, if it's a dog you have, they feel like they're in their pack. If it's a cat, they feel like, I don't know, what's a cat pack? I don't know. But, you know, if it's a bird, they feel like they found their flock. If it's a fish, they feel like they found their school of fish or whatever. But bottom line is, they feel like they have found home with you, that they belong with you. And if you feel like you don't necessarily belong, they want you to know that you will always belong with them, and that the more you find that self-worth and self-value within yourself that they already see in you, you're going to find your pack too, which will, of course, still include them, because, you know, they're part of their family, part of your family, and you guys love each other, and, you know, have this beautiful connection and this beautiful bond. So finally, you guys, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got: peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, John 14:27. So, you know, always remember to follow where peace is in your heart, because whatever it is that gives you peace is what is right for you, is what is meant for you. Anything that brings you strife and anxiety isn't right. And you know, sometimes what brings us peace isn't even what makes sense either. Sometimes it just doesn't. It doesn't make sense, but that doesn't mean that it's not right. So follow what brings you peace. And I feel like that's just another thing that even your pet would want you to know. Follow what brings you peace, and that they find lots of peace with you, having you in their lives. So that's basically what I see going on for you guys, and the messages that your pet wanted to bring through to communicate to you today. So hopefully this message made sense and resonated. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's just with a simple, small emoji, that's totally cool and goes a long way. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know whenever I'm going live, because whenever I'm going live, you'll get that little notification, ding, 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 that I am. And then you guys can jump on in, be a part of that, and get a reading from me. And yeah, so I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by here and hang out with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you and your beautiful, loving, amazing little animal that you have in your life, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.